Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We are reading from the book Sadhana Panchakam by Swami Dayananda Saraswati, which is a commentary on the Sadhana Panchakam, a set of 5 verses composed by Adi Shankaracharya, containing instructions for sadhakas, spiritual seekers. Each verse has 8 instructions, so we have a total of 40 instructions. We are currently in the discussion of verse 3. We will read verse 3 and its meaning and then continue. Vakyarthascha vicharyatam shrutishirah pakshassamashriyatam dustarkatsu viramyatam shrutimatas tarkonusandhiyatam brahmasmiti vibhavyatam aharahar garvah parityajyatam deheham matirujyatam buddhajanair vadav parityajyatam. May you analyze the meaning of the sentences of Vedanta, staying with the vision it presents. May you completely refrain from wrong logic. May you remember, follow, and see the logic presented by Shruti. May you daily appreciate, through contemplation, the fact that I am indeed Brahman. May you not come under the sway of the ego. May you give up the notion that I am the body. May you completely cease from entering into arguments with wise people. Next section, implied meaning of the Mahavakya. Here again the Mahavakya is Tattvamasi. A sentence may not make any sense in its initial form, like Shveto Dhavati. Shvetaha means white, Dhavati means run. But white is a guna, an attribute or a quality. White cannot run, as white is not an object. A quality being what it is, it qualifies an object, gunan. Thus there must be a guni, a substantive. White guna cannot run. So we have to see the context. When you say white runs, it may be a white horse or a white cow. Therefore, this sentence is known as a Lakshana Vakya, a sentence by which something is implied. A sentence that is a Lakshana Vakya must be understood only as such. Otherwise, it creates a problem. For example, take the sentence Kakebhyah dadhi rakshatam. Kakebhyah dadhi rakshatam. Let the curd be protected from crows. A woman was going to have a feast in her house. She had a pot of milk that she wanted to make into curd. The curd was not forming properly because it was a little cold. She put the big pot outside in the sun so that the milk would ferment well and went to the market to buy some vegetables. She told her son, "Please protect the curd from crows." He took a big stick in his hand and sat there. When the mother returned, she found that the pot was broken and the curd was mostly gone. Some of it has spilled on the ground. And this person was still sitting there with the stick. "Hey, what happened? What have you been doing?" she asked. "I have been protecting the curd." "How did you protect the curd?" "You told me to protect it from crows, so I have been chasing every crow away." "Then how did you lose all the curd?" "Oh, the neighbor's cow did that." So he took the sentence literally and protected the curd only from crows, not from the neighbor's cow, etc. And here the word kakebhyah, from the crows, is a type of lakshana called ajahat lakshana. Ajahat lakshana. Here the primary meaning of the word is kept and an additional meaning is also implied. Please protect the curd not only from crows but from every other danger as well. The son should have understood that he was not supposed to take the sentence literally. Therefore, whenever the Vakya is a Lakshana, there will be a problem if it is not understood as a Lakshana. In the case of Tattvamasi, there is a Virodha, contradiction, in the Vakyartha or immediate meaning. Jiva cannot be Ishvara, and therefore the Vakya is a Lakshana. At the same time, there is Samanadhikaranyam. We have talked about this before. It is okay if the meaning is obvious, such as with Neelaha Ghataha, a blue pot. That is not a problem. But if you say a phrase like Ramaha Dasharatihi Kodandapanihi, Ramaha Dasharatihi Kodandapanihi, Rama, the son of Dasharatha, the one who holds the Kodanda bow in his hand. Then who do all these words indicate? Each of the words has meaning and all refer to the same person, Rama. This is what we call Samanadhikaranya. Similarly, here Jiva is Ishvara. But how can Jiva be Ishvara? Even though the words are in apposition, Ishvara cannot be the Jiva, nor can Jiva be an adjective for Ishvara. With the phrase blue pot, for example, the relationship between the blue color and the pot is that of qualifier and qualified. One is a quality that qualifies the other. But here in Tattvamasi, the meaning cannot be that of qualifier and qualified, because Ishvara cannot have the attribute of Jiva. Similarly, Jiva cannot have the qualities of Ishvara because Jiva has limited knowledge. So there is a contradiction. When there is contradiction in the meaning of the same sentence, then you have to go for the Lakshya-Lakshana relationship. Here the Vakya is really a Lakshana Vakya, a statement which implies something, and therefore we have to understand what is the Lakshyartha, implied meaning. Three types of Lakshana. The question now, what is the kind of Lakshana in this case? There are three types. One is called Jahal Lakshana. Another is called Ajahal Lakshana. Jahal Lakshana. Another is called Ajahal Lakshana. And the third part is called Jahad Ajahad Lakshana. Also known as Bhaga Tyaga Lakshana. So, one is called Jahal Lakshana or Jahad Lakshana really. Another is called Ajahal Lakshana or Ajahad Lakshana. And the third is called Jahad Ajahad Lakshana, also known as Bhagya Tyaga Lakshana. Jahal Lakshana is a Lakshana wherein the word goes away. Somebody asked where Swami Dayananda is in Rishikesh. Somebody replied, Gangayam Asti, in the locative case, which literally means the person is sitting in the Ganga. So in Jahal Lakshana, the word Ganga goes away and only the sense of the river bank remains. So he is on the Ganga means he is on the banks of the river Ganga river and not in the river itself. If you watch your sentences daily, you will find that you use these Lakshanas. They are not found just in the Shastra. So in this example, the word referring to the river itself goes away, yielding its place to another word that is relevant, namely the river bank. This makes the sentence meaningful. The second type of Lakshana we have already seen, namely Shveto Dhavati, white runs, or Kake Bhiha Dadhi Rakshatam. Here the word Kaka should be retained and then the word go, cow, etc. should also be included. Similarly, Shveto Dhavati means the white horse runs or the white cat runs or anything white. Here the adjective white is retained and a substantive is brought in. So the white can refer to many things like the white horse runs or the white cow runs or a white clothed person runs. Then you have a clean sentence. This is called Ajahal Lakshana. The word used does not go away. In the third type of Lakshana called Bhaga Tyaga Lakshana or Jahad Ajahad Lakshana, one word goes away and the other word is retained. The sentence usually used as an example is Soyam Devadattaha, Soyam Devadattaha or Saha Ayam Devadattaha, Saha Ayam Devadattaha. This is that Devadatta, this is that Devadatta. I am this means the one who obtains at this time and in this place. You can only use I am when Devadatta is right in front of you. Saha, he, means the one who is at another time and place. So, Saha Ayam Devadatta means you have two Devatattas. One of them is here, other one is somewhere else or in some other time. But there are not two Devatattas. To explain this example, there is a story. there were 3 friends living together in Chennai while they were going to college. On graduation, one of them got a job in Chennai and another in Coimbatore. The third guy, Devadatta, disappeared. Nobody knew where he was. 10 years went by. Then one day the first 2 friends planned to meet each other in Coimbatore. When the first friend arrived at the spot, he saw the second friend talking to someone, a person with long hair and a beard. So he waited for introduction. Then the second friend said to him, "Hey, do you recognize this person?" The first friend replied, "No, I don't know him. Who is he?" The second friend said, "So I am Devadatta. This is that Devadatta." Saha refers to Devadatta. So with the word Saha, the second friend retained the meaning of Devadatta while negating that other time which was 10 years ago and that other place which was Chennai. That time and place cannot be the same as now, so they are dropped, but the Devadatta in both of them is retained. There is only one Devadatta who is retained. The Viruddha Amsha, contradictory aspect of the sentence, is given up, and therefore it is called Bhaga Tyaga Lakshana. Bhaga means part, Tyaga means giving up. One part is given up and one part is retained. If you say Atma is Nitya, eternal, then it is Bhaga Tyaga Lakshana. We understand Nitya in a certain way, and therefore the word meaning of Nitya is retained, but our concept of time-bound Nitya is removed. We do the same thing with Satyam. Therefore we have this Bhaga Tyaga Lakshana, also called Jahad, Ajahad Lakshana, wherein the contradictory aspect of the sentence is given up and only the non-contradictory part is retained and immediately understood. In this way, the meaning of the sentence becomes very clear to you. In the sentence Tattvamasi, Tat refers to Jagat Karanam Ishvara and Tvam refers to Jiva. Both of them are nothing but Sachidananda Atma, which is Brahman, one without a second. Brahman with the individual Upadhi. The footnote for Upadhi is a conditioning adjunct, something that brings about an appearance of change in another thing that is nearby. Upasamipe vartini vastuni swadharman adadhati iti upadhi. Upasamipe vartini vastuni swadharman adadhati iti upadhi. Something that brings about an appearance of change in another thing that is nearby. So, both of them are nothing but Sachidananda Atma, which is Brahman, one without a second. Brahman with the individual Upadhi is called Jiva, and Brahman with the total Upadhi is called Ishvara. You give up both the Upadhis and will find there is identity. This is called what is called Vakyartha, recognition of identity. Like the sentence Soyam Devadattaha, the Mahavakya of Tattvamasi has this Bhaga Tyaga Lakshana. It is all a matter of vichara. This is how one inquires into the meaning. Next section. Duality requires no teaching. Even after doing a lot of vichara, some people, even great acharyas, teachers with tremendous knowledge of grammar and logic, still come up with entirely different meanings. One person says that Tattvamasi means Tasya Tvam Asi, you belong to him. This is an entirely different meaning. Yet another person says it is Atatvamasi, you are not that. Tat means that and Atat means not that. How can they make such statements? The entire sentence is Sa Atma Tattvamasi Shveta Ketu, Sa Atma Tattvamasi, Sa Atma Tattvamasi Shveta Ketu, and the actual division of the words is Atma Tattvam Asi. But he breaks the words differently. He adds another to make it Atma Atatvamasi. He says this because of a phonetic rule in Sanskrit, and the reference here is Akaha Savarna Dhirgaha. Akarna Savarna Dhirgaha. This is Panini Sutra 6.1.101. 6.1.101. He says this because of a phonetic rule in Sanskrit. In this rule, a plus a is a plus a is also a, and even a plus a is a. Any combination leads to only one long vowel, a. So instead of Atma Tattvamasi, you are that, he says. Atma Atattvam-asi, you are not that. But to know this, do you require teaching? The story of Murari. A great Mahatma was living in a village. He taught Vedanta there. He said, you are Narayana, the Lord. The student thought to himself, how can I be Narayana? He was very uncomfortable with this thought. So he went to another Swami who lived down the street. This other Swami thought that everything is different. The Lord is the Lord and you are you. There is a difference between Jiva. There is a difference between Jiva and Jagat, and there is a difference between Jiva and Ishvara. This is called Dvaita, dualism. This Dvaita Swami was teaching the Mahavakyas, Atma Atattvam Asi. You are not that. So this person went to the Dvaita Swami, and the Dvaita Swami said, that other Swami is wrong. Thank Lord Narayana you came here. If you had gone to that other Swami, you would have become a Mayavadan, a proponent of Maya. Sit here and I will teach you. So for 12 years he taught him logic, grammar and some Vedanta also. At the end of the course, this student was very proud. He had learned the Shastra. Now he wanted to have a debate with the first Swami. That Swami had since become an old man. His hair and his beard were very long and the situation was uncomfortable. So one day he went to the local barber who was named Murari. Just as Murari was getting ready to give him a shave, the student came to ask him for Vada Bhiksha, a discussion. The Swami asked him to wait till he was done with his shave, which was his first in 35 years. During all that time, he had completely forgotten what he looked like without all that hair. When Murari had shaved the Swami completely, he gave him a mirror. The Swami saw himself looking as young and bright without all the grey hair and with tejas, brilliance on his face. When he looked at the mirror, he said, my God, Murari, you are no ordinary barber. You have given me so much tejas, Brahma tejas. All these years I have been doing tapas, austerities and did not get the tejas. And here with only a few strokes of your razor you gave it to me. You must be Lord Narayana himself. Then he prostrated at Murari's feet saying, you are Narayana. Murari was horrified that the Swami was prostrating to him. He pulled his feet back and cried, what are you doing? I am not Ramayana. And he looked at the student and pleaded with him, please tell him that I am not Narayana. The student told the Swami, are you crazy? He is not Narayana. He is the local barber Murari. What happened to you? Then the Swami answered, okay, if you say, I accept it, and went for a bath. When he came back from his bath, Murari had packed up all his things and left. And the student who had been waiting for a discussion was also gone. But after a few minutes, he came back with a plate full of fruits, prostrated at the Swami's feet and said, Adihi Bhagavo Brahmeti. O revered one, please teach me Brahman. This student saw that although Murari never went to school, he was convinced he was not Narayana. The student realized, even after 12 years of studying logic, grammar and Vedanta, I know no more than Murari. I know that I am not Narayana. So if I say Tvamasi, you are, and then keep quiet, what will you think? Everyone will interpret according to his or her own psychology. Because quote, you are, unquote, is an incomplete sentence. It creates an expectation. Once I say you are, then something else has to be said, and that should be previously unknown to you. Otherwise, what's the use of saying it? Suppose I come to you and say you are a human being. It is a useless statement, unless of course I mean, quote, behave well, unquote. When a teacher wants to communicate a particular statement to a student, and that too if the teacher is the father, interested in the welfare of his son, what will he teach? Will he say, Atma Atat Tvam Asi, you are not that? No, because the son knows that already. The son knows he is not the world, he is not father, he is not mother, he is not the sun, he is not the moon, he is not any of those things, including Ishvara. He knows this very well. Therefore, you do not need to say Atma Atat Tvam Asi. But if in fact you are the whole, then you have to be given the equation. That equation is in keeping with what was said originally, which was that knowledge gaining which everything is as well known. So in Sanskrit, from the Mundaka Upanishad 1.1.3 mantra, Kasminnu Bhagavo Vijñate Sarvamidam Vijñatam Bhavati iti. Kasminnu Bhagavo Vijñate Sarvamidam Vijñatam Bhavatiti. Again, Kasminnu Bhagavo Vijñate Sarvamidam Vijñatam Bhavatiti. Mundakopanishad Mantra 1.1.3. Such a knowledge is possible only when Tvam is Tat. You are that Ekameva Advitiyam, one without a second. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.